All right, so once you've roughed in your carving, which you've done, you've got all the shapes in, you're at the right depth. It's somewhere between 1/8 of an inch and 1/4 of an inch, and we have rulers to measure that if you don't know what that looks like. So this is right about 1/8 of an inch. It can go a little deeper, but not much deeper. But it is okay, it doesn't have to go deeper. So next step is, is to get these floors as level as possible. So I can tell right here it's a little higher over here and a little lower over here. So I'm going to use the side of this tool to kind of scrape lightly, and it's real light stuff we're doing at this point. Little details, little tiny details that make a big difference. And I want to pay special attention to this angle where the cliff meets the floor. Remember we talked about mini-me. If I'm a little person, tiny me, running across this plateau, and I come to this cliff, and I jump off the cliff, I want to free fall straight to the bottom. And it's a pretty straight cliff, but there's a little bit of slope to it. So I'm going to try to make that cliff a little straighter by scraping away a little bit of the base of the cliff. I could also, oh, here it is. Use this part of the tool to actually shave the face of the cliff. I'm going to keep turning the stone, keep turning the angle of the tool. Every design is different and every shape is different. And especially right here, see, I can see the marks on that cliff face. That's a pretty sloping cliff face. See, if I jumped off here, I'm going to kind of bounce my way down. So I'm going to dig some of this out and then shave some of the face of the cliff at the base. The base face, the face of the base, the base of the face. This corner, I can get to have more of a point. And this is kind of an awkward angle to get into. I'm going to use the pointed end of this tool. So again, some areas are going to be little tight spots. But I want crisp corners. If it's a crisp angle on paper, I want a crisp angle in the clay. And I'm looking at it again, I'm noticing it's a little high on this side. So I'm going to do some light scraping. And again, this is a little bit of a rounded point. I want to get a little bit more of a point to it. So, work in that corner. It's kind of like being what a dentist does to your teeth when they're scraping the tartar off. That's what it reminds me of. So what we're looking for are very straight cliffs, very nice tight angles, wherever there's an angle, whether it's the point of the shape that I'm carving right now, or the angle where the cliff face meets the valley floor. And all these little pieces of dust that are coming off, these little crumbs and boogers, try to keep them on the table. If you're going to push them somewhere, push them towards the middle where you can clean them later. So trying to get rid of the tool marks, trying to straighten the cliffs, get nice crisp angles. And this is the last angle up here. But that's the idea. You guys have any questions? If you break something out or chip something or you dig too deep, there's ways to add clay back in. Come talk to me about that. We'll do some scoring and slipping, but make sure you see the demo or watch the video on how to do that.
Yeah.
Okay?